Hey guys, it's Super Christian Tim here, your friendly neighborhood Bible thumper. In today's video, we're starting a series on how to convert and debunk the New Age movement. The New Agers are not such bad people, not all of them. A lot of them, some of them study occultism, they're probably dabbling with demons and thinking it's fun and hating on Christians. I'm sure there's a portion of that. But for the most part, they're open-minded people. I debate them on a daily basis. And I do it because I want to evangelize them and help them come to the love of Jesus Christ. And Jesus can get to them as long as I can show them the facts behind all these things. As all of you have seen by now, if you've watched many of my videos, a lot of these lies play into this New Age movement. It's the idea that all the religions in some aspect are correct and completely linked together. You can find it in the occult books where they try to say things like Jesus and the lost years of his life of going to India. Well, in today's video, we're going to give you a nice little breakdown of that whole story, because that is a literal lie that they made to put some sort of chain link in between all the religions. If you can convince everybody that a reincarnated prophet of God kept coming down and kept going around the world spreading different types of religion in order to one day unify the world, you can easily be deceived into the Antichrist and Lucifer and his whole plan. So what we're going to take a look at is a very great book made by a man who followed up on the story of Issa, the life of Issa, and he basically, in his book, shows that it is nothing more than a lie. He proves it, and one of the rabbis even admits to it. Let's take a look. This is a book made by Edgar J. Goodspread, Famous Biblical Hoaxes or Modern Apocrypha. This book is basically the breakdown of the entire lie of the life of Esau. Jesus never went to India. If there's anything they did, he may have studied with Hebrews and studied some of the works as he was growing up as a child. No one really knows what he did, but he did live a perfect and sinless life. And many scholars have gone to great lengths to try to discredit this story, try to say this and that, but they've all been found out as hoaxes. In this very book, right here, quote, "But no further, the chief lama additionally repudiated the statements ascribed to him by the Natovich, and declared that no traveler with a broken leg had ever been nursed at the monastery. He stated with emphasis that no such work as the life of Esau was known in Tibet, and that the statement that he had imparted such a record to a traveler was a pure invention. When Natovich's book was read to him, he exclaimed with indignation, 'Lies, lies, lies, nothing but lies.' The chief lama had not received from Natovich the presents Natovich reported having given him, the watch, the alarm clock, and the thermometer. He didn't even know what a thermometer was. In short, the chief lama made a clean sweep of the representations of Natovich, and with the aid of Douglas effected what Mueller described as his annihilation." This is the unknown life of Jesus debunked. They made a documentary about this and sold a lot of people on this idea. And if you're not careful, you'll fall for it, and you'll fall into the New Age philosophy of everything being a similar consciousness, everything being a collective. There's only one God, and He is in heaven, and there is only one teacher, and He is the Christ. And we can prove it throughout research and throughout all these things. And this video series will be a breakdown of all the key elements of the New Age movement and what they believe. And that's the only reason, that's the only reason they have been deceived into this. If you tell this to a New Ager and show them this information, they'll believe you. They're open-minded people. And once you get them there and they realize that they're believing in God, but all they got to do is follow Jesus, they'll convert. I'm luckily evangelizing and converting some and really helping them. Jesus is all the glory to Jesus. Jesus is doing all the work. I'm just his vessel, but one of his vessels. He works through all of us. But this is just so important. If these people are being formed into the new super religion of the Antichrist, and if they believe it's all true, then they will believe this Antichrist is a reincarnated master called God. They'll believe he's God, and he will be able to walk in the Jewish temple and proclaim himself as God, since the religion of Judaism is also open to all forms of God. So we must be careful. We must be able to discern between these things. So this is part one of the video series I'm doing on how to break down the New Age movement and bring the New Agers this information. When you can start bringing this up to them, when they start bringing up things like Jesus went to India, Jesus studied with Druids, you can show them that they're all hoaxes and falsehoods, and they've been found out by true historians and researchers. This is an important topic. Jesus was the Son of God, risen from the dead. And if you can convince a New Ager of this, then they'll easily come right back to Christ. They may have just had a couple of mishaps, or may just be in a state of confusion because they care about so many people too, but they view diversity and stuff like that and get mixed up in a whole culture and idea full of pretty much lies that have been perpetuated to them since they were children. So this is step one on how to lead a New Ager back to the loving arms of Jesus Christ. And if you're a true New Ager, you are open-minded. If you are watching this right now, this movie is speaking to you, and you can finally bring yourself back to Christ. Parts 2 and 3 will focus on things such as reincarnation, evolution, and other practices of the other religions that are deemed falsehoods. Well, thank you everyone. Have a great day. Be sure to like, leave a comment, and share this video. Make sure many people get their eyes on this. This is very important information that is not on YouTube. It has not been brought to light really by anyone yet. So please make sure this gets around, and please help anyone who's falling into the trap of the super religion. Well, have a great day everyone. God bless.